honorable thing in regards to who needs not to oversee the coming election. It would be very prudent and honorable if there is any honor and dignity left in Chiloba and his team to just, say, guys, we're going to step aside for the sake of the country. We don't want all the political nonsense. So much has been said, but the court is yet to give its final verdict and determination on the ruling. For the sake of the country, we're going to support this process. We're going to support the chairman, but us, we're going to have nothing to do with the coming election. Let the court give out its ruling. It will vindicate us or continue to prosecute us more in regards to public opinion and perceptions and all that bullshit. But as a way forward, the commission, the IEBC, they really need to involve people. They really need to communicate, make the process believable in as much as justifiability, transparency is concerned. They need to consult and involve. All this monkey business, if it means we are going to have cameras and CCTV at every polling station, then so be it. But if Chiloba still insists he ain't going to sit aside, then that is an alternative. The CCTVs, so that everything that happens, we see, we know, we watch. Then we can say, you see, he's doing that, he's doing this. And there's another important matter people are trying to ignore. I don't know where the security threat comes in regards to opening the servers. I honestly don't know. I need some clarifications. So I ain't going to touch on that. But honestly, stop becoming experts and making a big deal out of everything for the sake of just politicking. Let's be real. Security measures are put in place by people. The same people can have backward processes that guarantees that whoever comes into that system will not interfere with it. Once a person tries to alter or interfere with that system, there are signals which will be sent and we will know, and the process will be stopped. Come on, people, open the servers. IEBC, take charge. Don't fall into all this politicking. Embrace the criticism, in fact listen, but the buck stops with you. That's how you express your independence. And all this rhetoric, all this hate nonsense we are experiencing on social media, people are pissed out here. It's real. People are pissed. So you really can't control what people say. Let them vent their anger, but try to carry yourselves with some restraint. I am pissed too. If in any case I'd want to be the president, because I know I can run the country. What's stopping me from doing that? Nothing. So all these Raila this, Raila that, the media, I almost forgot. The media made this election about Raila and Uhuru, but not about the ordinary Kenyan. Let's be focused, people. It's not about Raila. It's not about Uhuru. If in any case the call to free, transferable, justifiable election is to go a long way to strengthen and improve our independent institutions. Let's look things on a brighter side. Let's not be redundant and blockheads. Let's have open minds. I'm really pissed, by the way, and I hope at the end of this week we ain't gonna see another political campaign organized to vilify, to sanitize, to demonize each other. Let's talk about the ordinary Kenyan. All this nonsense politicking is a thing of the past, and your people should know better. We're done with this nonsense. We really want issue-based politics. Whatever nonsense you output on your manifestos, whatever challenges a particular area is going through, speak on those issues. Are you going to address, or are you going to help improve lives of ordinary Kenyans? Are you going to work to ensure that at the end of the day, when the economy is thriving at the expense of all Kenyans, it's doing so but not just benefiting a top 2% in the country. That's why Bernie Sanders in the American election, by the way, that's why he was voted out. A majority of Bernie Sanders followers really were pushing towards an economy that was going to work for all. But I don't know what happened in the nomination process, which also happened in our Kenyan election. The nomination was a flop, and that in respect went to the loss of the Democratic Party in the American election. And then there's of course the issue of the Russian hacking, which is under investigation. But then away from America, the British, the Brexit, people voting in protest. That might be true. Maybe Uhuru might have won, maybe because of voter apathy, maybe as a result of what I've just stated. But then again, the court, it was hard to justifiably say that he did according to the manner of illegalities, as you know, was found, came out of the judiciary report. So I don't know why Jubilee is treating us to all this manner of nonsense, and NASA, now they should know better how to handle themselves. They need to chill, because they had the first victory when the ruling was made in their favor. They need to stay even more humble than this other side, Jubilee people, of course. They need not to rebuttal every nonsense they say. You even become useless as opposed to the useless person saying all the manner of useless things. Sometimes it's best as a wise person to just hush. Some things need no rebuttal, they just need to hush. And I pray by the grace of God that this wisdom may reign in you people, and stop treating Kenyans to all this manner of nonsense. It ain't doing us none. We really need to move forward. So all this calls for peace that, peace this, the economy, all people coming out to claim business is doing bad. Most of them really don't give a damn about Kenyans. They don't. Everybody gives a damn about their own interest, which is not good for a country. We want an economy that is going to thrive for everyone. It benefits everyone, and it seems to be doing so. You can't just wake up one day and decide, I'm going to build SGR. All Kenyans are going to pay towards that, but at the end of the day, it's not benefiting me ordinarily, the person who even that train is passing nearby. It's not impacting much on my life. That kind of thinking should inform most of the leaders or people in power's thinking. So this election is very important, and as I finish this, I really hope and pray that you'll turn up and vote. That is what I'm saying. Turn up, vote, and be responsible. Practice restraint, and everybody, if he does what is required to do under the law and the constitution, kuwajibika, we have nothing to worry about. We'll do elections, we have a president, and life moves on. Inshallah, I pray that is what going to happen, and I pray IBC will rise above their current ratings and performance, and really they owe Kenyans a better election. And finally, people who purport to come here as observers, I don't want to judge you now, because the judgment and the verdict is out there in the public. If you're all gonna come back to oversee this next election, please do so paying total keenness and honesty to everything. Where there is something wrong and bad, say that wrong thing and bad. Where there is something good, point it out. That honesty is why you come to observe. If you can't do that independent honesty and reporting, there's nothing to call yourselves observers. And that goes to the media, because they also do the observation. That's why in this disputed election, none of the media houses up to date have ever come out to single-handedly say, in this constituency where the results were final, these were the declarations, or at this polling station, these were the final entries. None of them. So if the media, who is supposed to be where the public turn to, and you judging from our history, by the way, we'll always be judged by our history. It has always set out that verdict straight, clean. In Maury's era, we were treated to all manner of fake news and fake reporting, and a lot of fear this, fear that, and that in turn went to serve the current government. It did a great of injustice to our country. We can't go back to those days, really. The media, its mandate, it's not to politicians, it's not to the government, it's with the people. You understand that as a journalist, because I was striving to be a journalist, by the way, up to now, but change of heart because of people don't really understand the professions they choose and as to why they do so. It's not about money. And media houses have treated journalism and news reporting as a business, which by the way it is, because bills gotta be paid. But the sole focus is the truth, and that truth you owe it to the citizenry. So please, the media, any stakeholders in this election, come true. Let's do justice and give truth a fair chance. I pray and hope at the end of this electioneering period, I'd be able to travel to Nairobi, to Kiambu, and feel like Kenya. Inshallah. Peace.